Hey y'all. I just did an ecstatic dance gathering here in Tulsa, which is such a nice group of people who they don't have that self-importance you can kind of, run into on the coasts and whatnot. Um, it's kind of like they don't have any illusions they're going to be some kind of big shot. They're just kind of living this life as well as they can, and it's really lovely energy from these people of all ages. Uh, just trying to get in touch with their bodies and in touch with their feelings and in touch with, the shared energy of each other, but not in some kind of like whacked out self-righteous, um, I don't know, the way some people on the coasts and even in Colorado can can be pretty, I don't know what the word is, but like, look how peaceful we are, you know, uh, peaceful and enlightened. But what kept coming up for me, well, other than that, my counselor recently sort of put together that maybe some of my issues these days around, the heaviness and hardness in my heart area is due to, all the losses, all the pregnancy losses I had before I had my kids, um, and no real space to grieve that, and no real like I grieving felt like giving up in a way. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but a little piece of hair is just gonna keep doing that. That's okay. Universe does what it does. Um, but yeah, I spent years just kind of shoving that grief away, just like swallow it and move on, do the next thing. Um, and then by the time I was successfully pregnant with a baby who turned into a living child, um, yeah, I felt kind of dead inside. Like I could do the things I needed to do and say the things I needed to say, but not feel the things I wanted to feel. And I kind of, didn't freak out about that. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not sure. Maybe it's hormones, maybe this, maybe that. I'll just, do what I need to do to be a good mother. And, the rest will catch up someday. Um, but there's a sense when I was dancing, a sense that I have a tendency to mourn and idealize what's not available, what's not here, what died or what's gone or what never had a chance to live, and then kind of find fault with what actually is here, as if like this isn't as good as what it would be if others had made it. Whether it's a sibling of my kids who never made it, or my own sibling who never made it. You just wonder, what would they be like? What would they? And because the potential is infinite, and because you have nothing to go on but basically, your imagination, then it's almost like you can control that, or that's something that, because it's not actually here, you can invest a bunch of feeling in it, and it's safe in a way because it's already not here. And it's safe because you can control what you imagine it might have been. Whereas what's actually here is messy, flawed, so called, supposedly. Um, and it's not like I would give my children back if I could have the miscarried babies back. But I mean, that's the thing. If I'd had the miscarried babies, then I wouldn't have given them back either. And then I would never have known Ollie and Isla. And all these magnificent trees that are cut down by Israeli soldiers and settlers, magnificent stone homes and stone ruins. So proudly, so lovingly made, so proudly enjoyed for generations, and then just some bully comes and kicks down your sandcastle. But on really devastating scales. And then that's the thing, like, humans seem to be built to want to hang on to things, want to build something that will last, want to plant a flag somewhere and say, this is it. And that's our want. And we want our friends and family to live forever. And that's how we're made. It's not even our fault. And so it just seems so hard, so harsh to create these beings that are 100% guaranteed to suffer, unless they're one of the very, very, very few who figure out the way out of it, which is maybe inhuman. Maybe it's not. Maybe we're not even meant to do that. Maybe we're just kind of cheating and pulling ourselves out of the game we're supposed to be playing. But can I love exactly what is, however flawed it might be, however impermanent it might be? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Supposed to or not, I want to. I want to feel that awe and appreciation that I used to feel. In my 20s, I know I could feel the quicksand under it. When I could feel that awe and joy, there was something in the back of my perceptual field, I don't even know, that's like, yeah, but this won't last. You're gonna go back to your unhappiness. Like, you're gonna have to face something, you have to do something if you want real joy that's not just a small reprieve. Lately, I don't even have any small reprieve. Lately, maybe mushrooms a little bit, but even then, man, I can feel that quicksand, that heaviness in my heart area. Always, 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 always. And maybe I don't need to interpret it in that way or in any way. But yeah, this tendency to kind of idealize and yearn for what's not here. And find fault with what is here. You know, like Thoreau said, the fault finder will find fault even in paradise. And yeah, I feel personally called out by that, Henry. But I'm really not sure what to do. Maybe I'm meant to just kind of chill out about it and let it be exactly as it is until it's ready to be something else. Maybe I'm supposed to dance with it, welcome it. Being in this universe is like being an OSU fan. It's like get used to heartbreak, you know? But then sometimes everything comes together and there's a big exciting win. It was exciting even when you heard it on the radio. Is it really just a sandcastle? Because there's people who can't eat. That's not a small thing. It's not a small suffering. That's big suffering. It makes it hard to focus on the majesty of reality when your body's breaking down because somebody else wants it to break down. You know, a man in Gaza, a doctor just lost 17 members of his family. Pictures of him are going around. He was somebody known for a really warm demeanor, really nice smile that would, you know, light up the rooms that he would go in, and he's just broken. I mean, I can't say he's broken, it's just that he looks heartbroken, defeated. And it's not really people doing that, it's the universe doing that. Just like daring us to figure out how the fuck to deal with it. And giving us a system where cynicism is the easy one, the easy place to fall into. And you know, you can keep trying to climb out of that and then you get smashed again. And I'm not talking myself into a good place. But the irrationality of grasping after what's not here and rejecting what is here is pretty glaring. Yeah, I wrote to somebody, I'm like, I feel like even if I was safely transported just beyond the atmosphere of Saturn to see the rings, you know, even that wouldn't touch my heart the way it is right now. Just feel like, oh wow, yeah, that's cool. Like I would objectively know it's amazing, but I wouldn't feel it. And then I have no idea what to do. Maybe it's like, you know, water, just little by little by little, they defeat entire mountains. Maybe I'm being called to do practice, you know, more consistent practice. I don't even know what practice though. Maybe staying in presence, maybe letting it feel as much grief as it wants to feel. I don't know. I feel very blocked. I feel very, all exits are blocked, kind of. With that, which usually means, you know, you're just missing something. So I'm missing something. But it was fun to dance, fun to be around those people. And, you know, afterwards I talked about how you know, it's really hard to imagine my kids losing me or me losing my kids. And it makes you just want to hold on with a tight fist somehow. But the universe, you know, does what it does. It does not care or conform to whatever I might think it should do. And that's the bargain. It gives and it takes away. Things break, things fall, things disappear. But they would never have a chance to do that if they weren't here in the first place. Everything is going to break or die at some point. And it feels like that's really being shoved in our faces lately. So what do you do when you can't stop it from being destroyed? You can try to enjoy and appreciate what is and protect it to whatever extent you can, which is not going to be perfect. But if you try to hold it in your fist, it's going to just going to ooze out between the fingers, you know. But yeah, feelings of love, joy, awe. It feels like this block in my heart is just sitting on top of all of them. Like reinforcing cynicism and rejection of what is, because it's not some other way that I can imagine or it could have been. Anyway, yeah, cheers.